Hey Matt, can you move the seat please?
May I? May I please?
Is it a 4 or is it an A?
It's a 5. Whoa! 0 to 100, it
That is really fast.
It's really fast.
That is solid for an SUV.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey Matt.
What are we driving today?
It's a bloody Genesis GV70.
And not just any Genesis GV70, Jacob.
Our Genesis GV70.
It's our Genesis GV70. See, we've had this thing now for over 3 months. We have put thousands of kilometers on this thing. In fact, mainly me, driving in rural Victoria quite a lot. What I wanted to know is the Genesis GV70 actually good to live with? Why is it so much cheaper than its competitors, like the BMW X3 or the Mercedes GLC, which they only sell as a 300 here at the moment. But anyway, why is it so much cheaper?
There's got to be a catch.
Yeah. So today we're going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The downright disgusting.
The terrible, horrible things this Genesis GV70 has done to me. Actually, it's kind of the opposite. I'm actually trying to find reasons not to like it because there is frankly just so much good with this thing. So today we're going to do what we do best. We're going to nitpick. We're going to go through and we're going to see what we don't like about the Genesis GV70. Of course, also telling you what we do like, what it's been like living with this thing for the last 3 months, and whether or not you should buy one. All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, before we talk about the exterior looks, let's talk about price. We have, naturally, the most expensive GV70 here. It's the 3.5 litre twin turbocharged V6 all-wheel drive with the luxury Sportline pack. A lot of words, a lot of inclusions. Jacob, guess how much does it cost?
If I had to guess, if it was the same as a BMW's price, it'd be like $140.
How about you almost cut that by half? This thing is $102,200. Drive away, drive away. That includes your luxury car tax. That includes all the other taxes that the government seems to love to take from us, okay? That's this thing, unbelievable value. So it's hard to nitpick the value here, Jacob, isn't it? That's definitely not terrible. What about the design? Good, bad, or ugly?
It looks gorgeous.
I can't fault the design either. I love these split headlights. So you've got some really cool daytime running lights, very, very bright LED lights in there too. Pretty sure they're matrix LEDs. And also you have really nice turn signals as well. Genesis badge there. Some might say, je ne sais quoi, je m'appelle Matthew.
Is that French?
That was both French and sex in a single sentence. Here you've got a huge grille. It's like a shield, I believe they call it. Here's a bit of nitpicking. I don't love how there's this like massive panel gap kind of covering the bonnet.
It looks like the bonnet's been lifted a bit.
It does. It looks like I've got an accent, I swear I have it. Also, along the side here, it's also a bit raised. I don't know, maybe it's like a fit and finish thing, or maybe it's just the way it's designed. Maybe let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Does it look normal to you or not? Actually, one thing within the grille is you're gonna see this thing has what's called active aero. So it's got slats in there that open and close depending on if the engine needs cooling or if the AC compressor needs some more air, and it keeps it as aerodynamic as possible, which it kind of needs, because as you'll see, the one thing that is terrible about this car
Fuel economy.
is fuel economy. It's pretty bad. Down at the bottom, you have a big bumper there with a radar. This thing has pretty awesome adaptive cruise control, lane centering. In fact, comes very, very well equipped in terms of its safety. And if Tiger Woods' crash in the GV80 is anything to prove safety, I don't know.
It was all right.
Yeah. That guy rolled the car many, many times.
Hole in one.
Otherwise, I don't know, man. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. Let's check out the side.
Let's do it.
Now, coming to the side, you're going to see these 20-inch wheels here with big Genesis brakes. This thing does get upgraded brakes. Also, Michelin Pilot Sport 4 SUV tires, which are awesome tires. I literally always recommend Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, so great to see that they're here. You've also got this, a 360 camera. It's decent.
It's a pretty good one, man.
It's pretty good.
Good frame rate.
Seen better in Chinese cars though, to be honest. You've also got keyless entry and go, of course, very tinted privacy glass. And I just love the swoopy, coupy design of this SUV.
Dude, it looks really sporty from the side, I have to say.
It's really sporty. And actually, this isn't technically a coupe SUV like the GV80 is getting. And make sure you subscribe to that because we will be reviewing that very shortly. No doubt that will come at some point, but still a very, very handsome SUV, especially from the side. Let's check out the bum.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, let's talk about the rump juicy derriere, Jacob.
It looks very Genesis-y.
It does. I love it in most places. Some places, though, I think are a bit silly. So here you've got some very cool LED lights there too. Four-wheel drive, 3.5T. That's how everyone will know you got the big boy engine.
Can I ask you, is it a 4 or is it an A?
It's a 5. Let us know in the comment section down below. Is that a 4 or an A? Got the Genesis badge there. GV70. You've also got a really cool third brake light, which literally spans the entire length of the car. This is all the dumb end of things, Jacob. See that? Mm-hmm. That's your boot release.
I don't think it's that dumb, man.
I think it's dumb. I'll tell you why. It's been 3 months and I still go to reach under here.
I think that says more about you than it does the design of the boot.
How about the car shuts up? Okay, also to mention this down the bottom, you get some pretty cool like diamond effect. Also, dual exhaust tips, and they're very real. Here's what it sounds like. Alrighty, Jacob, it's time to talk about practicality now.
Let's do it.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Powered
tailgate.
Oh, it's actually quite quick.
It's quite quick, and also it actually goes quite high. I'm 5'11" for reference, but I have been known to inflate that to 8'3" sometimes. Check this out. 542 litres of boot space. It's a little bit less than competitors. By a little, I mean very little. Most of them are about 550 litres, so still very, very good. You've got real carpeting here. Under here you have, well, unfortunately no underfloor storage, but you do get a cargo cover and a tire change kit of some description. Thankfully, I haven't had to use that, so I haven't figured it out. That's all right. Attention to detail in here is fantastic, man. I mean, the lights.
They even look Genesis-y.
Yeah, they've made it into this diamond effect, which is very Genesis, despite not being around for very long. That's kind of their design thing. It's also super easy to drop the second row and get even more space in there. Extends up to like 1,680 litres of boot space. Over my time with it, it's been super practical.
You haven't had an issue at all?
Not an issue. And it's not that big, man. It's like 4.8 metres long, which for a mid-size SUV, it's about perfect. Let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Daddy Jake.
Bro, this is where this thing blew my mind.
Look, guys, really keep this in perspective. This thing is quite significantly cheaper than a BMW X1, quite significantly cheaper than a GLC300, and about on par with an Audi Q3. But you know what the Audi Q3 is not going to get on the interior?
What?
It ain't going to get all of this real leather absolutely everywhere. We have the ultramarine blue interior. It's like a very dark blue navy with this contrast red stitching and red seat belts, which, Jacob, can I be honest with him?
Yeah, you can tell them.
You thought it was pink.
Oh, I'm a silly Billy.
You're a silly little colorblind boy. But it's a beautiful place to be. It's so well presented. And honestly, at this price point, you are not going to find any competitor.
You know what, man? Like, what really sold it for me? This isn't based on a Santa Fe. This isn't based on any Hyundai. It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
And you get the most insane interior for this price.
It's unreal. And the thing you have to keep in mind, guys, is, for example, you compare this to a Lexus. A Lexus will still be based on a Toyota platform. So it's still got Toyota underpinnings, but they kind of jazz it up. This is not that at all. And you can see it, right? You've got this huge, almost 15-inch display. You can use this controller down here, which feels amazing. Hear that tactile feedback. You've got wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which in today's day and age is questionable.
That's a Hyundai thing.
Yeah, that's just not okay, really, at this point. But anyway, still, it's an amazing screen, really color accurate. It's fast, snappy, maps work well. I just have zero complaints about it. Up in front of you, you get a digital instrument cluster, which I think it's probably one of the worst. Reason being is it's got one of the dumbest gimmicks, which is like a 3D effect. And when you turn off that 3D effect, which you will, because it kind of makes you feel sick and it doesn't look great, it just becomes blurry. So it becomes like low resolution. It's just not that great. It is actually extremely functional. So that really does ruin it, that one gimmick. You can see a bunch of information on it. So that's just stupid. But anyway, apart from that, it works fine. And when you change between your different drive modes, it also can change and give you fun little different skins on it, you know?
You know, it's funny, when we first reviewed the Genesis a while ago, we thought that 3D was the coolest thing in the world.
Did we? It's 3D, yes, it has this 3D effect, which is pretty cool. I kind of like it. Oh, how we've become disenfranchised. Other build quality stuff, guys, like, oh, it feels so good. You've got real metal all here. Your shifter has knurled metal to it and glass. It's just really lovely to use. You've got knurled metal buttons here. Even your drive selector is a metal button. Down to these quick select here. Those are all metal. Here, your air conditioning controls, you get a third screen, and it actually is very easy to use. I've got zero complaints. You leave it on auto and you let it do its thing. It's got heated seats, cooled seats, the steering wheel, which again is beautiful leather. Well, that's heated as well. Not to mention the seats.
Dude, the seats are one of probably the greatest parts of this car.
It's unreal. So they're diamond quilted Napa leather. They feel amazing. They are adjustable in so many ways. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's 18 because you can even adjust the support under your bum.
Which also adjusts the bolstering while you change drive modes.
Unreal. You have massage function in them. Like I said, they're heated and cooled. cooled, and they're just so comfortable. I have spent hours and hours driving this thing, like 4 or 5 hours in one go, not a sore back at all.
But a sore wallet.
Sore wallet, we'll come back to that. In terms of practicality, it's also pretty good. So you get a couple of cup holders here. You have a pretty large glove box, actually. The center armrest, nice and soft inside. There's plenty of space there too with a 12-volt socket. Under this little area here, you have a wireless phone charger, which I found just warmed up my phone.
That's every wireless charger ever.
Yeah, maybe this one was just particularly not that great, but still, you're right. They're all pretty terrible. You've also got 2 USB-A ports here, which does feel a little bit old school, for being honest. That probably should be USB-C by now. Your door bins are pretty massive as well. You've also got Lexicon speakers in here, and they do sound pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're not as good as the Mark Levinson in a Lexus, but they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. I totally agree. Up in front of you, by the way, is a heads-up display there too. It's honestly so hard to cover everything off in here because there is just so many features, and it doesn't feel like it's been thrown together and is unrefined like you'd find in a lot of Chinese cars. It's like unbelievably good.
No, and like the design is genuinely nice. Like they haven't overdone it.
No.
It all flows. It's cohesive.
Yeah.
It just feels very well put together.
Not
Unreal.
too much.
Yeah.
Massive panoramic sunroof.
Yes.
Let's check out the back seats.
Hey Matt, can you move the seat, please?
May I? May I please?
That is a limo feature right there.
That is a limo feature right there. Now, coming to the back, I'm 5'11". I have pretty good legroom. Toe room is also okay. Headroom is also pretty good. That's actually quite impressive though, considering that this car is 4.7 meters long.
Nice correction to your earlier mistake.
I fixed my mistakes, Dads. You've got the beautiful Napa leather diamond quilted seats back here. They're heated on the outboard seats there too. Pull down this center armrest. It does flop down a little further than you probably expect. You've also got a couple of cup holders in there, which is nice to see. You've got map pocket there too, a couple of air vents and 2 more USB-A ports. Quality doesn't take much of a hit in the back at all. It's all nice and soft back here as well. And check this out.
Oh,
Go away, son.
love a good sunshade.
Love a good sunshade. It protects your children from the pervy sun. Oh,
You've forgotten.
good night. Oh. Yeah, look, guys, I'm not going to say it's the best back here. Like, I don't think it's the most amount of space, but you do get lots of features, and I'm pretty sure that everyone who has sat back in here has gone, oh, ambient lighting.
I thought that was just Willie, your dog.
My beautiful little Groodle.
I'm glad he appreciates interior lighting.
Not only does he appreciate it, he curates it. He loves purple. Which is a great segue into us. Carsalaws.com/buy. When you are buying your next car, whether it's a Genesis or anything, we can help you get the absolute best deals with no cost to you. It is so simple. Head to carsalaws.com/buy. Put in the car that you want to buy. We have a team of experts who sit behind us, and they literally make dealers fight to get you the absolute best deal. And we are always on your side because we take a fixed fee no matter what you pay. So we're always going to go for the best price. So head to carsalaws.com/buy when you want to buy one of these or anything. Jacob?
Let's launch it.
Oh, alrighty, Daddy
Mummy.
Jacob.
Oh.
We're currently in eco mode because this has been my long-termer.
Do you need to clear your throat, friend?
Ah. All right, we're good. Now, let's put the car into sport mode. Let's turn
Ooh.
off.
Traction is off automatically.
Yeah, but it's not fully off.
Oh, we need to turn it off.
I forgot where it was.
Is it?
Oh, no.
Where is it?
Oh, here it is. It was right there.
We've only had the car for 3 months.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, now we can launch it. Don't do this at home, kids. Fist me.
Let's do it.
Oh, launch control ready. Here we
Oh
go,
my
dads.
Oh!
Jeez.
Oh my god.
It's fast, man.
Oh.
0 to 100 in 5.25 seconds.
That is really fast.
It's really fast.
That is solid for an SUV.
To be fair, it doesn't really get that fast unless you're in launch control. Still very good.
I guess I'm going to launch it everywhere from now on.
Oh, well, we can't because we're giving it back. Let's drive it normally.
Okay.
Alrighty. That there. Jacob.
The bloody GV70.
My long-termer, soon-to-be dead to me.
Divorcee.
Let's put the car, into
I can't believe you
sport.
had to search
I
for
know, it
the
took me
button.
a second. It took me a second. Sport plus mode. Love how it turns off traction. Who cares?
Oh. Do you feel the twin turbo sauce? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing keeps going.
It will happily keep going, actually. We'll put the car back into sport mode. In fact, let's go comfort for now while we talk about the engine.
Yeah, why not?
It's a 3.5 litre twin turbocharged V6.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands of kilometers I have done with this car.
Thousands and thousands of dollars on petrol.
It's a lot of money. Let's talk about the power. 279
Yes.
kilowatt of power.
530 Newton meters of torque. That's a pretty healthy torque figure.
It is a healthy torque figure. This car, to be fair, does weigh north of 2 tons. It's not like the fastest in the world, but it's certainly quick.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you combine it with the fact that it has a rear-wheel drive bias, full-time, all-wheel drive system.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put the car back. I keep going the wrong way. Sport mode.
I love how you have terrain modes in this. Oh my God.
It's pretty fast. The
So
steering
nice.
becomes so heavy. It's like unbelievably heavy. Now, what Genesis does better than Lexus, which a lot of people compare this to, is that most Lexus products are actually just based on like a Toyota platform. They use a lot of steel componentry. It's not very sophisticated.
No.
Whereas this is completely bespoke for Genesis. They essentially copy BMW and Mercedes in terms of their luxuriousness, the refinement, and the aluminium that goes underneath in the subframe. And all of that translates to an incredibly premium driving experience.
Especially at this price, man.
Especially at this price. It does just do it so well. It also, because it's a Hyundai product, it's just tuned so well for our roads.
I know. It's like a luxury car that is bespoke tuned for Australian roads. It's unreal.
It's unbelievable. And even in sport mode where the dampers do get stiffer, you know, it's still comfy.
But it's not as floaty as a Lexus. You know,
No.
it's definitely got that sportier characteristic.
100%. This is more BMW than it is Mercedes, for example.
Yes, definitely. Mercedes being the softer end. Oh my God, this thing has so much power, man.
It's so much power. I haven't been driving the car like this, to be honest. This car has been the car I've driven out to Hamilton to see my fiance who works out there. Now back, thankfully, so I don't have to drive out that far. But I've now put on a lot. Bro, no need to expose me like that. I've reset this, so right now we're at 3,000, almost 400 kilometers in a press car.
Wow.
And the thing is, if you guys know press cars, we're in 2 to 3 a week.
Yeah. So you've done a lot of time in this one.
I've spent a lot of time in this. In fact, it says 63 hours sitting in this car, putting my bum in this seat, and I've loved it. I've
Bro,
absolutely loved it.
Lucky you. All right, I've been driving around the bloody Mitsubishi ASX.
Hey, that's good for some people.
Okay.
And not necessarily...
Good for thee, not for me.
Exactly right. Alrighty, here we are.
Saucy
bloody corner. Let's see how it fares. Gonna say she, but that's probably politically incorrect. Tickle me. Tickle my little pickle.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh. Oh my God.
Man.
Oh, keep going.
Now, guys, if you do turn off traction or go into Sport Plus mode, let me tell you, this car will go sideways.
Oh. The steering wheel. The seatbelt.
The seatbelt pre-tensioner just came on.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's done it again.
It's gotten tighter somehow. That was sick.
Oh, the 8-speed auto as well. It's just seamless. This whole car, like for the price, leather everywhere. It's blue in here, okay?
It's
That's
so
sick.
stylish, man.
Huge screen, amazing technology. And as far as luxury cars go, it doesn't break the bank.
I'm finding it difficult to complain about anything in this car.
The only thing that genuinely sucks is the fuel economy. So 13.1 litres per 100 kilometres. On highway driving, pretty much exclusively, I was getting about 10 litres per 100 kilometres.
That's at least doable.
Around town, it's hitting like 20. It's really bad.
Yeah. So if you're going to be doing a lot of city driving, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go through the petrol.
Yeah.
66 litre tank, you're going to go through it in like 300.
Like literally, I would drive there, fill up the car.
Yeah.
Drive back, fill up the car. Every time it cost me like 120 bucks.
Jeez.
Like not cheap.
Yeah.
But thankfully the tank is kind of small, so that makes you feel a little bit better at the time. You can also get this with a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder turbo. Really good engine, but it definitely does not feel as smooth and refined as this.
Definitely
It
not.
feels a bit more torquey, a bit more jumpy.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about that engine, you can go watch our Hyundai Sonata review, where that engine is in that car. Suffice to say, it's been awesome.
Flawless. Like for the price, for the luxury, for the inclusion.
For a first attempt, like this is the first GV70, they've set the bar for themselves really high.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with this car, man, honestly.
Alrighty, let's get into our final thoughts. Let's do it. Alrighty, Daddy Jacob.
Bro, what is there to say?
Final thoughts? Look, it's pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, I think for the money, you can't go past the Genesis.
So the fact that this thing is like literally just over 100 grand, drive away for the 3.5 litre twin turbo V6, stupid amount of performance, stupid amount of luxury. Like it's really, really hard to fault. Yeah, there might be some little things here and there, but like it's so minor. you really have to go looking for it. Easy recommendation. And if you want to buy one of these or any other car, head to carsource.com/buy and make sure you subscribe so you can see our next long turbo. Ciao.
Bye-bye.